Hey again, it's time for a CGC unboxing. We got 5 books back from CGC. All of them are McFarlane. Some early McFarlane, some Spider-Man McFarlane, some Spawn McFarlane. Everything you could possibly want McFarlane, we got today. So let's get this unboxed and get started. And what better way to start than with McFarlane's first DC art? And this is it. It has a pin-up inside it by him. Yeah, the cover's not his, but he does have artwork inside. So yeah, this one is, you can get this insanely cheaply. And I know this book is going to have more value as time goes on. So I paid $3 for this. $3. That's it. I thought it was an 8.5 when I got it in, but I think it's somewhere between a 9.6 and a 9.8. So, 9.4 on the low end, on a bad day, 9.8 on a good day. So let's see whether this grader was having a good day or a bad day for us. He was having a very, very good day, right? And I am too now, because I don't think I have a copy of this in 9.8. And this I'm going to keep in the PC as an investment. So yeah, no matter what happens for the rest of this submission, I'm happy because I got a 9.8 and a $3 first Todd McFarlane art. How cool is that? I mean, should you be able to get books that cheap still that are going to have... Anyway, I think that's really, really cool. And that's what's kind of great about this hobby, is there's deals. If you want to do this full time, and I know people do, you can actually make a living just buying raw comics, pressing them, and then selling them. I don't have any desire to do that as a full-time job. I don't want a job doing this. It might kill the hobby for me, but just for fun on the side every once in a while, I mean, it's nice to make a few extra bucks here and there, right? I just sold an Incredible Hulk 345 that I bought as a 9.6 slab that had been improperly pressed. It had like that hatching design across from, where the silicone sheet was put on it. Well, I was able to get most of it off, and I turned that book into a 9.8. I paid something like $300. I think I did an unboxing recently on that book, and yeah, I was able to get that off, and I sold that book for over $800. So I'm going to make a cool $400 or $500 profit. I basically worked on that book 1 to 2 hours, turned around and made $400 for my time. So, I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can make a pretty significant hourly rate in comic books. It's so cool. So yeah, and I know a lot of you watching this probably do that. And if you don't, now you're probably considering it, right? So this is the next book in the series, Infinity Inc. number 14. This is the first art. I did feature this in a recent video as well, unboxing. And I said in that video that I've been very lucky with this book. Every single time I've got one that I thought was even remotely possible that it could get a 9.8, it's gotten the 9.8. This one I paid $30 for, which I think is an awesome deal on the first published artwork for Todd McFarlane. I mean, that's just so... $30? So I thought it was a 9.4 when I got it, and I thought I was able to get it to a 9.8. I didn't put 9.6 to 9.8. I think this is a 9.8. And like I said in the last video, I did my lesser copies, not lesser copies, but lesser grade copies first. So this might be the highest grade copy of this book that I had, in my opinion, in my collection. So that's probably why I think it's a 9.8. But let's see, the CGC agreed to this grader. Was he still having a good day? Maybe he went to lunch, maybe he came back. Did he have a good lunch? What does he think? Is he going to give me my 9.8, or am I going to have to get my first 9.6, which would not be the end of the world by any means. I'll still take a 9.6 in this book. But let's see. We got another 9.8. He was having a good day even after lunch. So very, very happy he was. So yeah, cool book, right? And if you're a McFarlane fan, this is just must have. You have to have this in your collection. There's no two ways about it. And this one, from what I'm looking at right here, is just flawless. This is I think this is one of those 1 or 2 defect books, those rarities that you'll see every once in a while. So we're 2 for 2 on our 9.8s. Let's see if we can try and maybe get a 9.8 on this one, because this is a newer book. It came out just last year. This is barely a year old. And yeah, 327 homage to Spider-Man number 1. I always pick up this homage whenever I see it, just because I think it's going to have a fair amount of value over time. So I got this one in. I paid $9 for it. And I might have actually got this one in a comic book shop. I don't remember exactly. I may have gotten this, I'm trying to remember, at Heroes Are Not Hard to Find, or Heroes Aren't Hard to Find in Charlotte. I might have gotten this in a bin there. I'm not sure. For some reason, that's, I'll check my notes, but I have a feeling that's where I got this book. I thought it was a 9.2. I worked on it, and I think I was only able to get it to a 9.6. I think there is an outside chance of a 9.8, but I think there was something on the back. I think it's some color rub or something like that. You know, it's just how much are they going to allow on a grade. So yeah, in that range, which I'm fine, whatever. I'm not going to make any money in this book, but I only paid $9 and I bought it. There's no shipping cost, so I'm fine either way. I could always turn around and sell it for double of what I bought it. You know, no big deal. So let's see if the CGC grader thinks it's a 9.6 like I do. Wow. So apparently you're allowed to have, let me find it here, because let me see if my memory is serving me correctly. Well, I must have been having a bad day when I originally graded this, because I can't find anything on this book except 2 ticks. One fairly large one here that I was able to clean up, and one down here that I was able to clean up. So it's got 2 ticks on it, no, and they don't break color. I don't see any color rub or anything like that. So obviously with just 2 ticks on the back that don't break color, you can have a 9.8. So they're big ticks though. They're not your standard little tiny ones. You know, once again, that apparently was not a deal breaker for giving this a 9.8. So we'll take it. That's 3 in a row. I don't think we're going to get 9.8s on the next 2, which is fine. You know, I wasn't anticipating that anyway, but I picked up a copy of Amazing Spider-Man 298, which is the first Todd McFarlane art on Amazing Spider-Man, and I got 299 coming up as well. Once again, if you get a good deal on this book, it's always a good investment. Pick these books up. This one I probably overpaid a little bit. I paid something like $81, but the thing is, it looks so spectacular online. I just went ahead and paid it. I got it in, thought it was an 8.0, and then I cleaned it, pressed it, and I think I got it to a 9.2, maybe a 9.4. This white cover, it's very, very hard to evaluate online. Usually you're evaluating this book by the back because it's got a black back cover. So, but once again, it's always a gamble when you buy online, right? So, you know, I'd be perfectly happy with the 9.2 or 9.4 on this book. So let's see. Maybe the CGC grader was having an amazing day and we get some kind of crazy grade on this one, but let's see. Okay, we got the 9.4, which is the top end of our range. So he's once again still having a good day. 9.4 is a solid grade on this book. This black back cover makes it pretty tough to get that ultra high grade on this book. I don't believe I have a 9.6 or better of this book, but I'm very, very happy to have a 9.4. This is a really sharp book. The colors on this book, there is absolutely, it looks like it was just printed. I mean, look how sharp that is. Can you see the colors on this book? It's like next level. I don't know why this one in particular, I'm looking at one on the wall right here next to it. And the colors are just much deeper, darker, and sharper on this copy for some reason than on that one up there. Whether it was maybe in the sun up there a little bit. But this one apparently was in a dark, perfect place. And as far as storage goes, because man, that is just tremendous how good that looks. That is an amazing looking copy of Amazing Spider-Man 298. And the last one for today, as we mentioned, is number 299. This is the newsstand, a little bit harder to get in an ultra high grade. And I thought this was a 9.0 when I got it. And I was only able to get it to a 9.2 to a 9.4 again. Similar in condition to the other one. I don't think I bought these together. Sometimes these come as a bundle, but I don't think I bought these two together. This one I paid $65 for it, which I think is a fair price on this book in a 9.0 or better copy. And people bid on these. It's hard to get these. You're not going to get this for $3. You know, it's very, very hard to get it for a great price. You're not going to make a killing in today's market like you can on some of the lesser known books that still have value. And, you know, something so in such high demand as this one, you know, it's tough to make a killing on these unless you buy it, you know, and you press it and you magically get the 9.8 or something like that. Then you can make good money buying it for that $65. But this one, we're just hoping for 9.2 to 9.4. That's it. It's a beautiful high grade copy, and we'll be happy with either one of those grades. Even a 9.0 would be fine on this book. So let's see if this grader continued having a good day and is going to finish us off strong here. Okay, 9.2. That's the lower end, but that's fine. I mean, 9.2, 9.4, the dollar-wise, it's a newsstand. It's going to still have plenty of value that we're going to do okay on this book. You know, once again, I've put the numbers on the screen as we're going, so we'll find out exactly how good I did. But, you know, I'm not going to argue with a 9.2 copy. This is if I say it's got a 9.4 possibility, this is going to be one of those tremendously good looking 9.2 copies. I have a 9.2 Amazing Spider-Man 300, and it's just eat up with ticks on the back. And this one has 1, 2, 3 that I can see color breaks on the back. I don't know. This is a 9.4, I think. I think I was being conservative. But that's okay. I'm not going to crack a 9.2 copy of this probably. I mean, on a good day, this might get 9.6 by some graders, but I'm going to be happy with the 9.2. And overall, a very, very good submission. We got 3 9.8s and the 2 grades in the realm that we expected for the last 2. So once again, this has been a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy watching these as much as I enjoy making them. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.